Welcome to your LNTV. And this morning we are here on the grounds of the Temple of Justice, where earlier on this morning, maybe by 11 to 12 midday, we will converge in the chambers of the Supreme Court, where the final ruling of the Bill of Information filed by Councillor Fonati Koffa lawyers will be handed down today by the full bench. The Bill of Information filed by his lawyer, the intent of the Bill of Information filed by his lawyers was to have an interpretation of December 6th ruling that was given by the Supreme Court in the writ of prohibition that was filed by his lawyers earlier. And then after the ruling on December 6th, on December 12th, Fonati Koffa lawyers did file this Bill of Information, which was scheduled and then heard on March 26th, where legal arguments were entertained between both parties and then ruling was reserved. For now, we cannot speak directly for the court, but whatever emanates from the court will be the ruling that will be adhered to. And so we are here this morning, as I said, to actually hear the final ruling from the full bench of the Supreme Court concerning the Bill of Information that was earlier filed by lawyers representing Councillor Fonati Koffa.
But we can tell the audience who are the lawyers representing Koffa and majority.
Well, for the lawyers representing Councillor Koffa, the lead lawyer is Councillor Arthur Johnson, and for the majority bloc, the lead lawyer is Councillor Barney Sherman. Like for both arguments that was heard last year, Councillor Barney Sherman of the majority bloc, there was one thing he maintained up to present on March 26th. He did tell the court that the Capitol building is a political ground, one. Two, separation of powers and interference was what he mentioned. And then Councillor Arthur Johnson did preach on behalf of his client that indeed he was removed illegally and that was not done constitutionally. And so both arguments were heard. They argued before the full bench and ruling was reserved. Normally when arguments are being heard the same day, there's no ruling that will come down for the same day. They have to give her time and postpone it to have their colleagues go into the ruby room, argue it, and then come up with a final ruling. Besides that, whenever a ruling is being carried out or will be handed down, what is done next is that a notice of assignment is being carried out or is being given out to both parties. But without the notices of assignment, people don't assume or presume that this day this will happen. And so this notice of assignment was given to both parties, and then it came out to the public from the clerk of the court. And so that's why we are here today, April 22, to receive the final ruling of the Bill of Information that was argued before the Supreme Court on March 26, 2025.
We have been here since this morning. What's your observation so far at the grounds of the Temple of Justice?
Well, we have security here as usual. This is the front view of the Temple of Justice. We have the security from the judiciary here wearing the khaki, and we have Liberia National Police, some of whom are assigned here at the Capitol building, at the Temple of Justice rather. And then at the entrance facing Capitol bypass, we do have police officers also assigned there, and within the compound we have police officers on my left extreme that are assigned, and they are making sure things are put into order, and they don't want anything violent or chaotic to happen, not anything like or action that will raise our bars. And so they are here putting things in place to have security matters and security functions be put in place. But what's going to happen is that we've been here for some time, and slowly we find people coming. Once the hearing is slated for 11, gradually you find people coming to the court. But I haven't seen any lawmaker around yet, and probably they will be coming later on, because this is a crucial ruling and people need to hear what the ruling will be all about based on the interpretation from the full bench of the Supreme Court. So as time goes by, you find people coming in and to come and sit, and maybe you wait for the time to listen to the ruling. As for now, there are several journalists on the grounds of the Temple of Justice who are here to cover this event.
Do you think both Councillor Koffa and the majority bloc member will be in attendance in the court?
Probably yes, but sometimes when matter of such is happening or is on, normally you have lawyers representing them to receive the ruling. But sometimes there's no law that says that maybe the petitioner that we refer to as complainant cannot be present. If he wants to be present along with his legal team, Councillor Koffa might be here, or Councillor Vani Shemo might be here. Obviously, Councillor Vani Shemo should be here to receive the ruling, and Councillor Arthur Johnson, who has been around here for a couple of hours, is still on the ground. They are here to receive the ruling. But whatever the case is, that we saw on March 26th, where they had a lot of the colleagues from the House that came to witness it, probably we expect to see some of them around today to receive the ruling, or better still, to listen to the ruling from the Supreme Court.
Family, you are very here and covered several landmark cases. Why do you think that said this particular case the part of other cases that you have found?
I think it borders around constitutionality, and that's the main thing. And people want to know, because there are three separate branches of government, and so a lot of people want to hear from the judiciary that interprets the law. And so, as I said earlier, we cannot speak for the court, we cannot assume for the court, but this is a landmark case because people will feel that, or think that probably it's happening this way and it shouldn't happen that way. In any given instance or circumstances, you always have people for pros and cons. And so once you have both sides that aren't going the same way, obviously, you have a lot of opinions emanating from that. And so because it came from the House and it has stalled so many things around, and some people believe that it still needed more questions or answers to that. That makes it important. As I said earlier, it borders around constitutionality. And so we are here for the court to interpret exactly what's going to happen in this bill of information that was filed as compared to the bill of prohibition that was filed earlier. So we are here today to hear from the full bench.
Thank you, Family. Anything before we leave?
Well, we are all Liberians, and we pray that the best come from the court, because the Supreme Court is the final arbiter of justice. Some people in our layman term will say from man to God, and some people will say it's the last bus stop. But we pray that there will be good results today, and that we Liberians will welcome whatever results that emanates from the Supreme Court, because this is our country. Liberia is all we have. Peace first and peace last, and so we want everything to be calm and peaceful around here as we await.
Thank you so much.
We are still here on the grounds. We are still here on the grounds of Temple of Justice, where today the bill of information that was filed by lawyers representing Councillor Fonati Koffa will be decided today by the full bench of the Supreme Court. And we have people that are coming slowly. But as I said earlier, we expect to see more people coming, as the court ground here is calm this morning from where I am standing. And there are a lot of journalists, a lot of Liberians around here, and we have a lot of lawyers here and some other people that are interested in this matter here at the Supreme Court. Remember, this is a landmark case, and there are a lot of people will be allowed to go up to hear whatever the court has to say, but we just have to follow the ruling of the Supreme Court. And so whatever emanates from the court this morning concerning the ruling, I think is the final arbiter of justice, the Supreme Court, and so we await to see. The weather is calm, not so hot. It's a mild weather this morning, somehow gloomy, that looks like it wants to rain, because we are in the rainy season. But as time goes by, as I said, we will have many people around. On my far right, we have a couple of police officers in the gears, just sitting down calmly and watching the situation. And We have a lot of people facing the Monrovia City Court, the main entrance up to the Capitol building. People are standing around and still waiting. As I said earlier, I haven't seen any lawmaker yet, but probably they will be coming. They will be coming and driving in because the ruling should be at 11 a.m. this morning. And so when we find one or two, we will acquaint the public who that person is, and maybe we'll tell them more. But we have a lot of people coming, and in the background, I'm hearing the siren. I think it's the convoy of the Chief Justice. I think it's a convoy of the Chief Justice also, but it's a loud siren, a very loud one, a very loud siren, and I think that convoy has passed. That means that isn't the Chief Justice, but the Chief Justice will be around soon. The wonderful person I've seen here this morning among the justices is Associate Justice Yamin Wese, who is here. His car is already packed in his position this morning, and we see more police officers coming in the yard of the Temple of Justice by way of the Executive Mansion, and they are here this morning to provide security, to make sure that things are in place and there's nothing out of the way from the side of the Executive Mansion and also from the side of the Capitol bypass adjacent to the Liberia National Police Headquarters, where we still have police mounted there to see to it that people come. Here comes the County Attorney of Montserrat County, Councilor Richard Scott. He just entered the grounds of the Temple of Justice, and he's Montserrat County Attorney Richard Scott. So wherever you are, this is LNTV ELBC, and we live here on the grounds of the Temple of Justice this morning for the ruling involving the bill of information that was earlier filed by lawyers representing Councilor Fonati Koffa, and the intent of that bill of information that was filed by his legal team was to interpret the December 6, 2024 interpretation from the full bench. And after the December 6, they did file that bill of information, and the legal arguments were held on March 26th year at the Supreme Court in the chambers, at which time ruling was reserved and a notice of assignment was sent out to both parties and the public, and for which we are gathered here today, April 26, to receive the ruling from the full bench. At the entrance of the Supreme Court there, we see police officers standing all in their gears, and they have mounted some other things down to prevent the crowd. And so we see the chief of security at the judiciary. He's also standing before the police officers. That is just right before the entrance of the Supreme Court. Normally it's a route that the Chief Justice and the Associate Justices uses when they are entering court here. And so we are in a position to give you exactly, or to tell you exactly what's going to unfold down here before moving up in the chambers of the Supreme Court. And then whenever there's something very common here, whenever there is a case up at the Supreme Court, once you see the flag of Liberia up, that means the Supreme Court is open. That is something very common. A lot of people here don't notice, but once you enter the yard and see the flag up, that means the Supreme Court is open. But when the flag is down, that means the court is closed. And so we are here this morning. I see another Associate Justice here who just arrived here, and he's Associate Justice Justice Yusuf Kaba, JD3, and he's entering the building with his security behind him, and I think he's going directly to his office this morning. So Right now on grounds we have two justices here, Associate Justice Yusuf Kaba and Associate Justice Nyame Kwekwe Bese. Associate Justice Yusuf Kaba is Judiciary 3 and Nyame Bese is Judiciary 4. So JUD 3 is here and JUD 4 is here. From the noise of the sheriff, it means that the Chief Justice is around, and now we see her escort car with JUD 91 at the top, entering, and her car is in the middle, JUD 1, followed by JUD 5 and JUD 92. So we have like 4 cars in her convoy, and she's just entering the compound here at the Temple of Justice exactly 5 minutes after 11. And so the Associate Justice Sienna Clinton Johnson, JUD 5, she just entered. So we are waiting to see JUD 2, who is Associate Justice James Etta Howard Wolokoli. So among the 5, we have 4 present here, and shortly or sooner we expect to see Associate Justice James Etta Howard Wolokoli, JUD around. So we have 1, the Chief Justice is here. We have 3, Associate Justice Yusuf Kaba. We have 4, Associate Justice Yamin Bese, and we have 5, Associate Justice Sienna Clinton Johnson. So as I said, they are all here and getting ready and set for the ruling at 11 a.m. this morning.
So thanks a lot, Fabin Kuya, for bringing that splendid analysis. This is the Liberia National Television. We are coming to you live this Wednesday morning, the 23rd of April 2025, live on the grounds of the Temple of Justice in Monrovia. Live from the grounds of the Temple of Justice in Monrovia. If you enter at the grounds of the Temple of Justice, we are waiting that the justice be done to all men with this part of your physical morphology, your appearance, your status in society. Let justice be done to all men. And this morning we are here bringing you the happiness on the grounds of the Temple of Justice in Monrovia. A few minutes ago, we witnessed the arrival of the Chief Justice of the Republic of Liberia, Justice Sianne Yo, and she came in a convoy alongside Associate Justice Sienna Clinton Johnson. Earlier, we also witnessed the arrival of Associate Justice Yami Kwakwabese. We also witnessed the arrival of Associate Justice Yusuf Kaba. And this morning, we are here to bring you the live happening as the High Court is expected to rule in the bill of information filed by lawyers representing Embattled House Speaker Councillor J. Fonati Koffa, along with the majority bloc held by Speaker Richard Nangwe Kun. On December 6, 2024, there was a ruling, and the High Court said they cannot do what they from the House of Representatives cannot do for themselves, and hereby send them to do a needful thing. And 6 days after, lawyer representing Councillor Fonati Koffa filed a bill of information before the Honorable Supreme Court of the Republic of Liberia to interpret a ruling, and that ruling was interpreted on March 27, 2025, and that was an argument. Beg your pardon. That was an argument on March 27, 2025, and today, Wednesday, April 23rd, 2025, have been set aside for ruling into the bill of information filed by lawyer representing Battle House Speaker Councillor J. Fonati Koffa. So, like earlier on, you heard from Fabien Kuya, the majority bloc is being legal team is being held by former Grand Cayman County Senator Vani Botonami Sherman and other legal luminary, and also the Embattled Speaker Councillor J. Fonati Koffa. Legal team is also being held by Professor Dr. Councillor Arthur T. Johnson. Also on the Embattled Speaker legal team, you have Councillor Gineto Masakwe, the former head of the War and Economic Crown Court that were withdrawn by the President of the Republic of Liberia. So this morning, we are here to bring you play-by-play description as it's happened. As we speak, a grounds of the Temple of Justice is as quiet as in your home. We have new presence of the Liberia National Police here, and you have scores of media practitioners are also here, making sure to bring you the full happening on the grounds of the Temple of Justice in Monrovia. So currently, we are right before the Monrovia City Court, which is known as the first Eastern Court in the Republic of Liberia. So we are here to make sure to bring you the full happening as it unfolds. So as staying here, I'm yet to see any lawmaker for now. With the time 6 minutes after 11 a.m. for while I stand on the grounds of the Temple of Justice in Monrovia, I'm still yet to see any members from the House of Representatives. But what I can confirm is the Chief Justice and the Associate Justices are currently here, and they are going to their various offices to prepare for the final ruling into the Bureau of Information filed by the legal team of Embattled Speaker Fonati Koffa. So I'm also earlier on I saw the lawyer representing Councillor Koffa, the head of the legal team, Councillor Arthur T. Johnson is here. I'm here to see Councillor Vani Botonami Sherman, the immediate past former senator of Grand Cayman County. So this is the Liberia National Television. We are posted here at the grounds of the Temple of Justice in Monrovia, just a stone throw away from the Capitol building, and this particular location is known as the Capitol ground. Right next door, across there, you have the Executive Mansion, and right up here, you have the House of Senate and the House of Representatives. On my left and right screen, you have the Ministry of Information, Cultural Affairs, and Tourism. Also, you have the Ministry of Mines and Energy. So we are here to bring you details, information in the courtroom of the Supreme Court of Liberia. So this is the John team. Bobby Allison from the television department is here, making sure that we give you a 360 coverage of this bit of information filed by the lawyer representing Embattled House Speaker, Councillor Gineto Fonati Koffa, to bring you bits and pieces of every unfolding that will take place here today. This is a landmark case. We want to see whether the Supreme Court of Liberia will uphold the December 6, 2024 ruling that called on members of the House of Representatives to return to status quo ante. Other words, refers to the activities as ultra virus, and that word was first of a kind to be introduced from the High Court regarding such a case. And earlier on, like I said, the Chief Justice is here, the Associate Justices are here, Councillor Arthur Johnson, who represents the Embattled House Speaker, is also here. I'm here to see Councillor Fonati Koffa, who represents the majority bloc. In the majority bloc, they've been held by House Speaker Rachel Nangbe Kun. So the grounds of the Temple of Justice is a center of attraction this Wednesday morning. On yesterday, the Malian gathered and they went to the pool to elect a new senator to replace the late Senator Prince Y. Johnson. And this morning, the 23rd, we are here making sure to bring you full and 360 coverage of the Bill of Information final ruling from the Supreme Court of the Republic of Liberia. So, like I said earlier, I've been joined by Bobby Allison. Bobby, welcome.
Well, thank you, Aaron. It is good to have me on your screen this morning from the grounds of the Capitol. I used to use the Capitol building,
Yes.
but this is Capitol Hill.
Yeah,
Where you got the executive mansion, the Capitol building, and the Temple of Justice, the Liberia National Police. Because in America, Capitol Hill, where you have all of those top buildings, and Capitol Hill or Capitol building is one area that I walk for more than 18 years with senators and representatives, lately with Dr. Buffer Chambers, the former speaker. So I was opportune to have first, before we touch the Supreme Court grounds, we make a brief stop at the Capitol building to see what was going on there, and we heard from staffers at the Capitol building. They are happy and want to hear the final ruling from the Supreme Court, because what the staffers observed, the delay is also causing problem for them. Some that gas slip don't come on time, the salary also a lot of them. That word, it is alleged that those things don't come on time. And I remember doing the removal of Ellis Tato when he was speaker. At the time, I used to be the spokesman for the workers at the Capitol building, and Dr. Chambers was not speaker at that time. Ellis Tato was the speaker, and I remember as spokesman, these are some of the things we were saying, and we said that because of the rivalry at the Capitol building would cause problem for we the staffers at the time that was spokesman for them, Ellis Tato administration. And Tato to notice all of those things, gas slip, staffers salary, to even to include they the lawmaker, money was not, salary was not coming in as expected the time. So quickly what he did, listen to his colleagues in order and resign his position as speaker. So this morning when we make a brief stop at the Capitol building, it was similar thing. They were trying to retrospect on Ellis Tato and Edwin Snow administration. But Mr. Addison, when you guys were here as spokesman for the staffers, we know what you guys did, your advocacy in order to met with both parties. Okay, and at the end of the day, they listened to the staffers and thing. We expected the leadership of the house to do the same thing. And I said, well, we got leadership ability, that's the differences with the past and that of the present. But however, I hope and pray that this will come to an end today, and both sides should like to accept the ruling. The Minister of Justice.
We are seeing the Solicitor General of the Republic of Liberia, Councillor Augustine C. Fire, Ajay at the grounds of the Temple of Justice ahead of the Builder Information Ruling. And also seeing Chairman of the Independent Human Rights Commission, Councillor Dinster Byrne, is also here.
Yeah. So having all of these people that run us today and at the Capitol mean the ruling today, they see it to be sensitive and don't want it to be extended to another term or years, because if I'm correct, we are going close to a year, or we have gone into a year since this exercise started at the Capitol building. But we hope and pray it will be treated as it was in the past with Alex, now Senator Tyler, and that of Edwin Snow. We hope and pray that God will move and touch the hearts of the two blocks, the two leaders, the two lawyers, so that they can resolve this issue, so that Liberian people will have a good breath. Yes, while we are also to wait the result from Nema County elections, the election in Nema County, while we await the result, we hope and pray that the result from this side also will be in favor of the Liberian people, and we all will agree, yes, we will accept it. And we got all right to talk to our leaders. We voted for them. We gave them the job. Okay? We can talk to them and say, look, accept the result. Go to Councillor Fonati Koffa, talk to him. Go to Jeremiah Kun, Anakun, or not Jeremiah Kun, but go to Speaker Kun and say, look, Speaker, accept the result and let us move forward, because it is the Liberian people have spoken to the Supreme Court. And one thing I always tell people, now we got the case in Nema County. We do not know what's going to happen. The lawmakers, those that contested, you will have somebody to say, I was cheated. And the Supreme Court will be the same place you will bring your case. So whatsoever the Supreme Court says, I guess we should learn to listen to them and move forward. I remember my last time here, at the time, my former boss, Dr. Buffer Chimos, Speaker Chimos, had a case with represented Anthony Williams for Plebo-Sodican District, Sodican case. We were here at that time, and also with Senator Blebo Brown case, also when Dr. Chimos contested to run as senator for Maryland County, and he never made it. Senator Blebo Brown won. It was the Supreme Court. That case was brought here. So we need to also listen and respect the ruling from the Supreme Court, no matter what the situation. I will also look at the situation, the Cote d'Ivoire, the Ivory Coast. You saw you heard what happened in the Ivory Coast. Yes, I reported for the British Broadcasting Corporation, BBC, the war in the Ivory Coast, where when Gbagbo and Ouattara was on the battle there, and one side said, look, the Supreme Court said that I'm the winner, and the other side said, you are not the winner. And that brought Ivory Coast to where it was, but later on they were able to resolve their differences. So the ruling from the court, we need to sometimes listen to it and think about what I think both lawyers, whatsoever will be presented to them today, they will go through the communication, the ruling, whatever that they got problem, they will still come back to the Supreme Court and say, we are not satisfied with this, or we're satisfied with this. Now let's move Liberia forward.
Thank you, Mr. Allison, for that wonderful historical analysis. I mean, that tells that you know exactly the unfolding from the Capitol building and even here at the Temple of Justice. But speaking of today's case, I mean, you've been here close to an hour now. I mean, how can you describe this scene at the Temple of Justice today?
What the first thing from the scene, what I see here is security in tight, and that's the first priority that everyone need. Security. Nobody is harassed, molested. All they do all day, they'll tell you, say, please stand in this position or go to that position. And then, so for security, because that's the first thing. Although the place, those supporters from the majority or minority bloc, they have not come with the battle cry and other thing. We are not seeing it here for now. The Madna count. Yes. Why you think the Madna count?
So this place is a sacred place.
Okay.
battle crowd is not allowed here at the grounds of the Temple of Justice.
Good.
So if you want to chant a battle crowd, you have to stand outside from this vicinity. And after the ruling, if you want to cheer your candidate or that individual who will take the day, you can cheer them outside, but not here at the grounds of the Temple of Justice. It is prohibited.
Reason for saying this, our retrospect on the elections in Maryland County with Dr. Chambers, Buford Chambers, and that of Anthony Williams. I saw it here. The supporters of Dr. Chambers had the t-shirts on. They came here with the battle crowd. Anthony Williams' group were also here too with the t-shirts on with the battle crowd. Maybe at that time they relaxed the restriction on that. It was relaxed. I guess so. Okay, but for now, if they have strengthened up that restriction, it will be a good thing. But it's good that we have not seen them here. We pray that we don't want to see that. But for security, everything is intact here. The joint security are all here doing their work properly. They have taken cease of the bidding. The riot team on the other side, the entrance where the Chief Justice arrived and she passed through to enter the Supreme Court. I think they are there to give maximum security protection. That is for us journalists and those that have come to witness to this occasion. And the nice thing I see here, I see the fleet of vehicles.
Yes.
Yeah, putting in, I think, from one institution to another institution. They are coming in. I guess they should be sympathizers, I think. And also from media institutions, also our colleagues they are all here. They have come also to give their own analysis. But one thing, Aaron, what we need to do as journalists is to report the facts, the truth, but nothing but the truth. What we see here is we're not to take side because I belong to the majority black radio station or that belongs to the minority black radio station, so I'm going to speak. Incitement is not a good thing. Absolutely, it is not good. But it's good that on state television, state radio, LMTV, and the online, we are here to give you objective report on what is unfolding from this ground. And it's just what you're going to receive from Aaron, from Bobby, and the rest of the team is absolutely what you're going to receive from us. We are not going to take side. What we see it, because it is visual.
Yes.
You are watching it. Before you say, but Aaron is giving different information.
Yeah.
Bobby is giving different information. And I see different things happening here. Objectivity, credibility, people will lose it in us. So as you watch the live from the Temple of Justice, what we say, let justice be done to all. We are going to give you justice reporting. We are going to give it to all of you that are viewing and make sure you have it. Even when the live is over, you're going to have the recorded component also. My friend Isaac Freeman and I, we are also here going to have the recorded component where our acting director of television, Prince Kolowale, and along with the acting television boss, they are all there making sure that you have gist of what is happening from here. They will have the package and make sure that it is playback for you to know what's unfolded from the Supreme Court or from the Temple of Justice. But it's good that Fabian Kuya is with us. Yes. My old Radio Veritas sister, she's here with me also.
And Bobby, that's why the state radio, we are there to demystify false information.
You spoke on English just now that reminds me of my former boss, Dr. Buford Chambers. Don't be doggerous. So will you please drop that English? What do you mean demystify?
Okay, so we are there to tell our audience, the Liberian alas, this is what happened, because we are there to neutralize everything that happened. We are there to bring you the real facts and not to place our feeling in it. We don't put our feeling in any news. We bring you exactly the unfolding. So everything that happened here today, even from the ruling in the courtroom, we will be there live. It will also be on television, both television and on radio. So just in case you don't have data, you can also watch it on your terrestrial television home. If you don't have television, you don't have data, you also have the opportunity to follow via radio. Also online, as because we have online radio. So here today we'll make sure to give you the vivid descriptions as it unfolds from outside, from the courtroom, and even after the ruling we'll give you everything.
And another good thing at LMTV, I love the slogan of the motto.
Yes.
Will you please say this? Let me hear it.
LMTV, LBI will never be the same. Yes, yes. And I mean,
Yeah.
these are some of the transformations
Yes.
that LBS will never be the same. In time past, such a thing was not happening. But for now, whenever event happening, you sit right at your comfort home and know exactly what unfolding from the central town around the country, and everything is right in your palm.
Yeah.
Yes.
And we got the multi-television, also multi-TV.
Yes.
Where our guys always call us from Plymouth, Southern District, New Jerusalem, from River G County. Those that got the multi-TV, to watch LNTV on the multi-TV. And with the technical team headed by Buffett Lord and the rest of the Chinese guys are also, they are up there to make sure that you will have a good television viewing and also radio. I mean that real quality. That's why our people. So those are watching about way of multi-TV in Plymouth. Frankie Williams is one of those guys in Plymouth Southern District. Always use the multi-TV or LMTV to watch activities from Monrovia and thing. So that I know our people now are glued to that television. They want to know what is unfolding from the Temple of Justice. They got the lawmakers from both blocks, the majority and minority, and they want to know the ruling today, because from last night I've been receiving telephone call with ELBC, LNTV, radio and television carry the program. We want to also relay on our radio and that of television. So will they also carry this program live? And I told them absolutely yes. The program will be broadcast live on radio and television. So those watching us by way of multi-TV, LNTV, up country, I think we are giving you the best from the grounds of the Temple of Justice.
Yes, and I'm also seeing civil society actors are also here making sure that they witness this particular case. Because mind you, Bobby, after this ruling, there are people who may want to interpret a ruling from the Supreme Court differently. Mind you, during the first ruling on December 6, 2024, when the Supreme Court said and described the acts as ultra-virus, you have people who went ahead to interpret the ruling of the Supreme Court in their own understanding. So we have the Independent Human Rights Commission here. We also have some civil society organization here who will make sure that after the ruling, they will also go and explain to their audience, the exact quotation from the Supreme Court ruling. And mind you, if you are not a lawyer, you cannot interpret the law based on your personal understanding. The lawyers are there to interpret the law.
Okay, I'll have to join my colleagues upstairs.
Yes.
They just gave me signal.
Myself.
So let me join them. And later on, I'll rejoin you for also continuing our broadcast from this end.
Yeah, thank you so much. So that was the voice of my colleagues, professional colleague, Bobby Allison. So folks, with that, we love to conclude from outside here and move now into the chambers of the Supreme Court of the Republic of Liberia. We have 11:30 already, but 2 of this ruling will take place in the chambers of the Supreme Court of Liberia. So we are taking a break. The next time we come to you from the Supreme Court of the Republic of Liberia for the final ruling into the Bill of Information filed by lawyer representing Councillor Fonati Koffa. Thank you so much, Aaron Talu, for being here, Bobby Allison. We are here making sure to bring you the full happening. Thanks so much. Keep following LNTV. Any moment from now, we will come to you live from the Supreme Court of Liberia.